cash if you come and fight him since you beat up your own mom. So this is the response to what he said about her husband. He was lied on.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Scores and Assists, where we break down the latest headlines and bring you fresh takes on everything sports and culture. From trending news to game highlights and hot debates, we've got it all. Hit that subscribe button and stay in the loop. So Nicki Minaj is not one to hesitate when it comes to speaking her mind. This has become increasingly true lately, as the FMC has gone on multiple unfiltered runs online. Recently, for example, she went after Top Dog Entertainment president Terence Punch Henderson on X. She accused him of bullying her, also alleging that she has receipts. She then went on to diss Caesar, telling her she sounds like a dead dog. Punch and Caesar are far from the first people she's gone after in recent weeks. Earlier this month, she also went off on Jay-Z and Roc Nation CEO Dez Bryant.
My whole thing is, listen, when it comes to a marriage, if you talking about the husband, you talking about the wife. Let's just put that all in perspective. If you talk about the husband, says some more stuff. But this time, she challenges Dez Bryant. She challenges him. And she challenges him to something regarding her husband. She says, I'm so happy you brought this up. I'll give you $10 million in cash if you come and fight him since you beat up your own mom. So this is the response to what he said about her husband. He was lied on 31 years ago while both of them was 16, and there's proof. That's why they couldn't get that money they desperately needed and sued for. Now, on the other hand, she says, now you, on the other hand, was beating your mother as an adult. Bigfoot has brand new weird case as an adult. Jay-Z dodging a paternity test that could prove he messed a teen as an adult. Desiree Perez beating her daughter and calling her black son-in-law a hard ER as an adult. Falsely had her own daughter institutionalized as an adult. Lied and said her child was on drugs as an adult. This tweet, she does the disclaimer. And she says, as a matter of fact, let me go call President Trump and ask for a pardon like Desiree Perez did. Next, I'll get into the casino stuff. So let me tell y'all, when I seen some of the stuff regarding Nicki's husband, I'm going to keep it 1,000. I feel bad for Nicki's husband. Reason being is because I seen a video of him. And it was an interrogation video. And the police was interrogating him. And he was 15, 16 years old. And he basically said that it was a girl that he was talking to. And he found out she was messing with somebody else. He said that he wasn't talking to her no more. And he seen her and she says something and he wasn't trying to talk to her. And they had a back and forth. They said some words. And then she went to the police and did what she did. When I seen that, I had empathy for the simple fact that there's so many young men that go through situations like that, where they're 17 and their girlfriend's 16, or they're 18 and their girlfriend's 17, and then the mother says, yo, you're doing this to my daughter, da 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 da, and then it goes into a whole different situation, and they get labeled in a certain way in a certain place because of these said situations. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000 when it comes to that, especially when I seen the stuff about Kenneth Petty. I was like, damn, because watching the video and having a son that at the time when I seen the video, I think my son was around that age. I was like, damn, I can't imagine my son going through something like that. Granted, we'll stop there. But let's talk about what Dez Bryant responded to with that tweet. He says, I've been lied on my whole career, so I'm not trying to hear all of that shit. I thought we were speaking facts. I don't play all that funny shit. Go get the 10 million in cash. I'll stomp that nigga out right in front of you. It's the rock, bitch. It's the rock for life, bitch. Okay. Again, let's reel it back in. And if you speak barbology, you break down to me why Nicki's doing the things that she's doing. And I'm going to keep it 100. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all that every time it's a situation, she offer up her husband. Now, don't get me wrong. I get that that's her husband and he's her protector and all of that. But another problem that I have with women who do things like that is there are tons of men who are in prison or have lost their lives because their sister called them, their mother called them, their girlfriend called them for a situation that they didn't need to be in. Now let's talk about this situation here. I don't know if Kenneth Penny is a motherfucking MMA fighter, or if he's 100-0 behind the G wall, or if he put in work, whatever you want to say. But we talking about a wide receiver. We talking about one of the best wide receivers we've ever seen in history in Dez Bryant. And I don't think that it's a wise idea to be offering up your husband, who's not an athlete and not his size, to challenge Dez Bryant. But it's the internet. Those tweets is for entertainment purposes only. But we got to grow the fuck up. Gotta grow up. Gotta grow up. Every time that there's a disagreement, don't mean that it needs to lead to a fight. Because at the point where people start having fights, they have weight classes for a reason. And I don't think that anything's going to transpire between Dez Bryant and Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty. But I also don't like the fact that every time something go crazy, something go left, I'm going to go get such and such, because people don't care about that. And this is not for Nicki. This is just in general. Young ladies, for the young ladies and the women who watch this channel, much love to y'all. I love y'all. But I want y'all to get something in perspective. When y'all say y'all gonna go get somebody, that don't mean nothing to a person who don't care about none of that shit. It don't. And a lot of times examples is made and demonstrations is had. And the last thing you want to see is a demonstration against somebody that you love. Let's move on. Let's keep it moving. Right? But these Nicki tweets, I just feel like they've been extremely troublesome, yo. They just been extremely troublesome. And I feel like even as a fan base, the ones that's really supporting this type of shit, like, y'all gotta really reevaluate. And y'all probably won't, because y'all just fans, right? But like, psychologically, Nicki got the right to say whatever she want to say. People always talk about the First Amendment. Yo, First Amendment, the freedom of speech, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Everybody always preach freedom of speech. But freedom of speech comes with a price. The price of freedom of speech is 0 to 1 trillion. And I don't mean literally, I mean figuratively. And what I mean by 1 trillion, it could get you a trillion things, not money. Freedom of speech, you can say what you want, but you're going to have to be accountable for what you say one day. That could be the court of law. That could be the court of the streets. That could be the court of an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? That could be at the detriment of your finances. I don't know if Nicki has endorsements or anything like that going on right now, but I know if I was a brand, I'd be like, bro, what you doing? We ain't paying you to be doing all this. Now I get it. People want to be themselves socially. People want to be on social media talking however they want to talk. They don't want to answer to nothing. They want to say what they want to say when they want to say it. But that ain't the way to go. So this is the last thing I'm going to read from Nicki. She says, it's Mrs. Petty. This just came across my desk from 2020. Guess you're one of those guinea pigs they've been using to bully people for them. Do you think I came over here to play tweetsies with your silly ass, sir? See, the problem with the people who are always playing is that they think everyone else is playing too. I'd mind my business if I was you. Be blessed. I just want to know, man. We used to build things, man. Spike Lee used to put out great movies. He used to feature artists and actors and people who are up and coming in these movies, and they used to showcase art. They used to showcase black people in a certain light, whether it was School Days, Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues, Crooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We had movies like Higher Learning. We had movies like Do the Right Thing. We had movies like Boys in the Hood, Juice. And while we all get caught up in the theatrics of those movies, the message in the movies was always about black people and the degree of how we treat one another and the degree of how we are culturally from different walks of life in different places. how regardless to what's going on, how much we need each other. I'm afraid that we don't see that at all anymore. And I'm not talking about just movies. I'm just talking about period. There is so much division between record label to record label, artist to artist, entertainer to entertainer. Comedians is beefing. Streamers is beefing. Personalities is beefing. Housewives. The husbands get on there and get caught up in their wives' situations. It is so much bullshit going on that we can't differentiate what's reality and what's play. I know for myself, I'm going to fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fall back. I'm going to stay out the way. I'm going to keep leaning into the people that support and love me because I support and love them. I'm going to keep on to the positive way that I'm going. I'm going to highlight what's going on just to give my perspective because I just think it's frivolous and dumb. We got so many things that we at war with. We got so many things that's going on that's going to affect us in the next 5 to 10 years. And we arguing on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. This is I Do It Myself. I am Wayno. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we do. And for the ones that don't, eventually I will. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.